Şengün. Van Vliet on the move, trying to tie. The Golden State Warriors have held on to take a 3-1 lead in the series.
After the theatrics of a first half, some real-life drama late in Game 4, which the Warriors come away victorious and win 109-106 to take a 3-1 series lead. This is Playoff Central Live, all your post-game coverage, including press conferences as they get to us coming up here. Devin Harris, Vince Carter, I'm Matt Weiner. Good to have you with us. What a game. What a game. And, you know, Steph Curry got them through Game 3 with the big scoring night. Jimmy Butler returns from that injury. At times looked stiff, especially when he'd come off the bench. Wasn't moving great, but what a performance. 12 of 12 from the free throw line, 27 points. He scores their final 7 points of this game and 11 of their last 14.
That's why they brought him in. I mean, Jimmy, even if you're not sure of how he would look, what he brings to the table, the intangibles, the little things, a leader, tough-minded, just has been in these moments and not afraid of the moment.
Yep.
I mean, he played the game like there was no injury, giving his body up, diving on loose balls, fighting with bigs. I mean, there's a point he's in there guarding Steven Adams. Like, you don't want that problem because if he hits you, it's going to hurt. But, like, Jimmy Butler is, regardless of what you think of him in the regular season, he thrives when it's the lights are the biggest and the moments are the biggest. And he was phenomenal.
There's a toughness there. There's a basketball IQ there, an ability to read the game, to understand his opponents. You mentioned guarding bigger players. Adams guarded Şengün a lot in this game as well, handed out 6 assists. It's exactly why they brought him.
And he did it on one cheek, too. I mean, just saying. He's just...
Maybe the greatest single cheek performance in NBA playoffs.
Just saying, but just fighting through it, getting into it, and I think that situation with Dylan Brooks really got him going in that first half. And with a guy like Jimmy, you can't really say anything. Anytime he gets into any kind of tiff, it just motivates him up. And the big rebound to finish the game, getting to the free throw line, the playmaking, all of it. And a big stretch when Draymond Green had those 5 fouls. He had to play small.
Yep.
He had to guard some of those bigger guys and able to power through it with a game where, Steph was pretty much cut off. They made a point to take Steph away. Only 13 shots for Steph. We're not going to let you beat us tonight. That opens up other opportunities for other guys, and they stepped up and played big.
Well, a lot of things to get into here. Houston went big in that third quarter. It was really effective with Adams and Şengün out there. Şengün is a scorer. Adams obviously is a physical force and a rebounder. Golden State was able to hang on and get through that. Draymond Green missed nearly an entire quarter worth of this game because of foul trouble after, you could argue, deserving to get kicked out of the game earlier. He had a technical foul. Somehow they came away with a flagrant instead of a technical on a confrontation. That's maybe another discussion, but they went through a lot of stuff to come out on the other side with a win here.
They did. It was a game of zones on both ends.
Yeah.
And they were forced to go to a matchup zone that allowed Şengün to really post up guys all night long, had a big night. And it shows the level of importance of Draymond on the defensive end of the floor. But somehow the Warriors were able to bypass that, really kind of play through that. And obviously he gets the big stop at the end. But Houston may have found a little bit of success in, his chest out there, but understanding, okay, we're going to take Steph away, but we still got to do the intangibles late game to execute to win this game. But I think going back to Houston, they got something that they kind of work with.
Rockets are also running out of time, down 3-1. They will have a chance to extend this series Wednesday night on their home floor. What can they learn? A lot of these guys are young, basically going through this for the first time. What can they learn from this against the more experienced Warriors that they can apply moving forward?
Execution, patience, and understanding how important it is to value the ball. I mean, 13 turnovers to 10 turnovers. I mean, when you're playing an experienced team like this and you've never been in these moments, when you go through it, you then understand how important it is to value the basketball, to move the basketball, and against a very good defensive team, well, both of them, but in a defensive player, you have to be precise and understand, get to your spot, and make baskets. It's not a time for now hunting for bodies to draw fouls. You have to score baskets, things like that. So I think that's what they learned. And on the other hand, I wanted to say, shout out to Steve Kerr and his guys on the bench for being ready to play. Draymond is in foul trouble. Jackson Davis.
Trace Jackson Davis,
who hasn't played, if any, in this series, comes in and is expected to play and just find me some minutes. Just be solid. Yes, he had a couple of fouls, but he didn't give up a lot of baskets. He was in the fight. And then, of course, you go to Old Faithful. Kevon Looney, you bring him in there to defend, to get a big rebound, and just solidify the anchor, the back end of your defense.
The rookie Quentin Post, 13 off the bench as well. And Brandon Podziemski kept them in this game
100%.
or ahead in parts of this game for most of the night with his shot making. He knocked down 6 threes.
When you talk about when you take away Steph, you open up the floor for other guys. And obviously he's been proven time and time again that he can carry the load offensively, plays well within the system, can make a big shot, can create for others as well. But when you take away your star player, other guys have to be willing to step up. And in the playoffs, it's all about how your role players step up and play. Role players play better at home.
Right. And I want to say to that, having Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler, for the superstars that they are, understand it. I have guys, I don't have to force shots. I can make the right play and empower these guys, because when you're playing, like we played with Dirk, when you're playing on the floor and you know your superstar will pass the ball when he's covered to get you a shot, guys are always ready to play or ready to take the shot to make the game easier for them. And you got to see that tonight. Podziemski being so aggressive, knocking down shots. Steph said, okay, I'm accepting the double team now, because I'm now creating an open shot for either Podziemski or Buddy Hield or an easy layup for Jimmy or Draymond or something like that. So good things happen when your star player is so unselfish, like both of those superstars.
Hield excellent in the second half as well after a rough start shooting the ball in the first half. Ime Udoka has made his way to the microphone in San Francisco. His young team down 3-1.
Ime, it seemed like they had no answer for Alpi for a lot of that second half. What did you think of the execution on that final play after the timeout with him missing the shot against Draymond?
It was okay. I think Draymond shot the gap and kind of denied the catch. Tried to get a switch with Peyton, so we didn't get a great screen and kept the matchup, but got a decent look. But we got to screen better to get Alpi open at the spot we want him at.
You went with the double big lineup for a large portion tonight. Just how do you think that fared, and especially compared to the starting lineup, which seemed to have a rough start to both halves?
Yeah, they were great. They kept us in the game. Obviously, the start of the third quarter, 18-1 run, and just gave everything back that we did before in halftime. And to be up 7 and go down 10 that quickly with some of the missed shots or whatever, nobody tries to miss shots, but the non-help off of certain guys, leaving shooters and then just not rebounding. They beat us in the offensive glass, second chance points. So not a great start there. Double big was the reason we stayed in the game. Yeah, like I said, get some separation with the screens, but you have to come off and be aggressive. And tonight was a little more free than last game. And you just have to make the right play.
Tại ta thấy xấu quá, phải có ảnh mới.
Chứ không ai vậy đi à?
Đấy, ý là mọi người đã quay trở lại với cách của mình. Hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn là vào cái tiêu đề là cái kéo. Bây giờ mình sẽ bắt đầu làm nhé. Mấy cái này quay tiếng nữa. Trời ơi, tối về em phải solo một tay Quyên mới được.
Mới có thế thôi mà mai không.
Sừng cồn lên.
Mai Quyên nó đi cày tao làm.
Hả?
Mai đi xuống công ty cái nơi là gọi là tiếp xúc nền văn hóa mổ nhanh đất.
Chiêu. Chán. Wow.
So Quyên nó bảo những cái bọn Xuân Lai mà quen.
Thế bố mẹ ở dưới này tên gì?
Hả?
Bố mẹ ở dưới này tên gì?
Hải. Bình Hải. Bình Hải.
Thế sao lại đồn con nhà Lan Nhiên chơi với con nhà Bình Hải dở người là?
Thằng anh sắp cưới so đến thằng em chuẩn bị kết hợp.
Ô, thằng anh sắp cưới á?
Cưới ai đó chả biết. Đưa đấy nó chờ đi lính xong rồi bây giờ về con yêu cái thứ đấy. Cả tình cưới.
Ghê.
Thảo nào
Đến cưới luôn.
chị Ngân em, anh đấy tên là gì?
Nam.
Sinh năm 2003 phải không?
Ừ.
Thảo nào con chị Ngân em cứ kêu là tao sắp đi ăn cỗ cưới thằng Nam rồi.
Thì gọi là bọn này nó mới về nó cưới thì nó cưới kiểu thế. Sau là mới về mới đi lính về thì hai bên nhà này phải cùng cưới kiểu thế. Cái kia thì như là đi làm nào chứ không phải đi học. Nó ở ngay bên này này, bên chỗ dân này thì cái thứ này.
Nhưng mà kiểu anh Quyên nói thuyết phục lắm. Em nghe em còn thấy thuyết phục còn. Thế nhưng mà sao cái người đấy đôi lúc phát triển nhanh thế, đôi lúc chậm tăng thế. Thế nhưng mà nói thế cái chuyện ra ngoài ai chả tin.
Thế phải qua cái mồm này nữa chứ.
Ôi trời ơi anh ơi.
Qua cái mồm này thêm vài từ vào câu chuyện nó mới gọi là cuốn hút như thế. Chứ như anh Quyết em kể thằng Băng thì chắc là em còn phải ngơ còn không hiểu đang xảy ra chuyện gì luôn.
Trời ơi. Thôi kệ, không liên quan, không quan tâm. Mai
kệ, cứ kể đi.
Mai công khai yêu con gái cho ai hết cả nói.
Bê đê.
Dạ.
Bê đê.
Ôi giời ơi. Bức xúc vô cùng bức xúc. Thì tình ta chẳng phai nhòa và một thời gian sau sẽ là cuộc sống.
Thế là không có điện à? Nói thằng này bạn. Bạn để
Hôm trước giới sang đây mà. Giới sang đây sau chị Nam Anh còn đuổi về á. Bảo là ở đây em không quay được. Thế đúng rồi, em ngại em quay nào được. Đuổi về mà.
Anh bị ảnh gì đó?
À đất.
Anh bị ở chỗ kia cái nhiều nước lắm.
Bánh mì trong tủ cô làm được rồi.
Đâu?
Nhưng mà không ngon mấy. Ăn thử xem ăn được không?
Đâu?
Đâu ấy nhỉ? Long.
Ở cái ba đây.
Đây à?
Vâng.
Không khác gì.
Nó hơi cứng thôi.
Để tủ nó chả cứng.
Nhưng mà cậu mày đau lưng quá tia.
Sao bánh mì để tủ làm cái gì ấy?
Gì?
Bánh mì để tủ làm cái gì?
Ta biết đâu rồi.
Ăn được không?
Ngon.
Ngon á? Úi giời ơi. Đến đây xem nào.
Ồ vâng.
Dẫn mình nhỏ.
Thêm, thôi mai cô cho nho vào nhé.
Nhưng mà cậu mày đem nho đi. Cậu lưng quá. Để bố lưng rồi để lưng cậu lên. Dưới này.
Vứt hôm qua thằng này ngã đâu làm cái gì ăn được chưa ở đây hả?
Vâng.
Còn đâu?
Hết. À đấy còn cái đấy ra.
Cho Quân ăn.
Nghế. Đang ăn không?
Tối làm lại.
Đang ngã vào. Rồi ngã qua cái xe đấy đó. Ăn sưng. Đâu? Sưng
đâu cái xe của con làm gì? Đâu chẳng?
Nhặt đó.
Ra trong cái xe không?
Đấy Quân.
Nhưng mà con cũng chả biết làm thế nào hay là phải
Nhạt đâu, vừa mà.
Cái này làm để cho bơ cho sữa ông Thọ nó mà. Phải không?
Con cho được thôi.
Cho sữa ông Thọ.
Con cho sữa tươi.
Cho sữa ông Thọ.